Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl, just B.Spriggs. First of all, I just want to give some appreciation for these braids, okay? I'm loving the fall colors. I came here to just kind of download and clear my thoughts on my experience this weekend. So first of all, my experience this past Saturday, I was actually invited to do a Mompreneur shoot. It was actually to help another mompreneur with some branding photos that she needs to kind of, just do a little touch up for a website. However, it was very beneficial for other mompreneurs who were kind of in that same space. And it was like top tier, one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had. It reminded me of how important it is to be in community and connect with people and put yourself out there and to really just practice your niche and how you pitch and all of the fun things that goes into the development of your business. Just wanted to come by to kind of like share downloads on my experience from this past weekend. So again, I said on Saturday, I experienced a photo shoot, brand photo shoot, like a rebrand photo shoot. And it was like so amazing because the person, Brianna, I might be messing her name up, but she was kind of the person that was all a part of the flow. And immediately, honestly, I signed up for something on Google Form and received the email that I was selected out of 80 plus people that wanted to be a part of this photo shoot. And kind of was like, they sent us the address, sent us the color palettes that they wanted us to follow. And I was kind of nervous because I'm like, well, where the address is, there's nothing there. This could be one of those situations where you watch TV too much and you actually think that could happen to you. And it was not that at all. So on the way there, I'm just like, okay, I know I'm about to be around other mompreneurs, people who might have their stuff together a little more further than I am, a little more developed. All the nerves were coming, you guys. But I want to say, as soon as I walked into the house, first of all, it was a beautiful, gorgeous house. And when I walked into the house, there was the creative director, Brianna, just there to give me a hug. And the hug just made me feel so much settled and okay, let's go in. So she immediately guides me and shows me where I'm supposed to go, where I'm supposed to get dressed. And honestly, they throw us in a room. It's maybe 11 of us, right? And they throw all of us into a room and they're like, okay, this is where you guys are going to be getting dressed. And it's for me, you have no time to figure out, you have no time to feel high and mighty or above yourself. You have no time to say, well, I'm not, where do I get dressed? Because there's all these women in here. Immediately, all the women just went into okay, it's photo shoot mode. We're all getting dressed. We're laying out our clothes. We're doing the things so that we can make this happen because we also get a benefit from it too. So that was just amazing. And just hearing the different moms' stories and how they got started in their business and some of their niche and how creative they were in explaining their niche to other mompreneurs. I just feel like it was amazing. The imagery was great. Music playing and everyone was doing their own thing. People were going off into corners and recording themselves for more content, or just people working together using each other for the photo shoot. And of course, because I am 7 months pregnant, I was a very needed necessity for a few women who practice as far as being a doula or a midwife or anything concerning mom and baby. I think I left out at 9 and I didn't get back home until maybe 4 or 5. So that just explains the length of the day. I will say that it was a distance away. The photographer, I gotta get the name. I think his name was Nick. Who was married to Brianna, who was the creative director. And then they had a guest photographer named Shannon. And then there were also, as far as the props go for the photo shoot, there was also another woman, and I'm just gonna tag names as I'm talking about it. She actually shared some of her story as well. And she hosts bachelorette parties, and her business kind of grew and transformed into her making one-of-a-kind pieces. Very shimmer, very glittery, very festive, very creative. So that was kind of my experience on Saturday, which was amazing. Sunday, my daughter, my oldest daughter, she actually has been a part of a girls empowerment course where the girls, they learn about, just building self-esteem and knowing their worth and, setting goals and having a vision on life. I was invited to do some social media on top of that. So not only am I attending as a parent, but I'm also attending as someone who is putting together social media content, just kind of like getting all the content that I can to share this experience with many other people who might need it. Now, this part was very like different for me because this was the first time I was actually invited to say, hey, can you cover my event? Like, can you just come get some social media stuff? It was like so fun, y'all. It was definitely hard work. And I didn't even have time to put on my heels because I was like, that's how much I was walking around. So just covering that event, it was very different for me. Some things that I really think I could have done differently, just combining the Saturday morning event and then the Sunday evening event. One thing I would have done on Saturday is I would have I didn't really think in my brain, but in my whole goal, I had actually wrote out interview questions to ask the ladies to kind of get some content from for behind the scenes for myself. That's one thing I definitely would have done differently. I would have utilized this big, beautiful house, and while everyone's waiting their turn for their individual shoot, because we had a group shoot and then we had an individual shoot. The group shoot was for Mama Gigs, for Lizzie Nicole. The group photos were for that. And then their individual photos, which was kind of like our payment for just offering ourselves as models for Lindsay. I definitely would have used that time while we were waiting for our individual shoots, to pull a few ladies aside, utilize a mic. And honestly, I didn't have a mic when I was there, but Brianna, again, she's so sweet, so amazing. She offered some mics that she had, and I was able to record a video for myself for an announcement that I have coming up. But I'm just like, why didn't my brain think this? And it was just because it was such a fast pace. Everything moved so quickly. Even though I was there for a few hours, it felt like minutes because everything moved so fast. And I feel like that was great because it was great practice for me to just kind of talk to random people. Now, I am not a random person talker. I don't talk to random people, and it's not to say that I'm better, but sometimes it's just a little uncomfortable for me, and it's kind of in my brain, I'm like, what do I say? I'm a deep thinker. I'm a deep end person. So I am learning that you don't have to go off to the deep end to make meaningful connections with people. You can just ask simple questions. So I did utilize ChatGPT to ask simple questions on how to engage with the type of people I was going to be around. So I definitely want to say that was the Mompreneur Photoshoot event was definitely practice in gearing me up to prepare myself to go into the event that Sunday evening, where I was actually just grasping and getting content and putting myself out there. Now, some things I really, really wanted. I really wanted a gimbal, a gimbal tripod kind of device for my phone, because I have 4K on my phone. So I really, 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 really would like to get the DJI Osmo 3. I'm working on baby number 5, so I can't just jump out there and just start these purchases without having a plan, pretty much. So it's a process. I have to kind of plan to get that device. But in the meantime, I do, and I can utilize what I already have. Now, I do have 2 of these gimbal or face tracking devices that you can put on on your desk, and it's kind of like a mini tripod. The biggest thing that I would say is I would have practiced more on just talking to random people. Now, this one felt like you're going into the lion's den, because I knew that my goal was to interview people and their experience at the EmpowerHer Crowning Celebration, or I was interviewing actual participants. That was my main 2 goals. And I also wanted to do an outfit check, but I was just so in work mode that I just didn't get to do all the things. So that's another thing. I would definitely make sure I'm practicing, just going up to random people. You can't, there was this one time where I actually did go up to the mayor of Knightdale, and I was kind of I was trying to catch her before she left, because I'm like, okay, she's getting her coat and stuff. I definitely have to get her. I know those are one of the things that my client was asking for, right? She was asking for me to capture some moments of the mayor of Knightdale while she was there. And I when I first initially saw her, she was eating, so I didn't want to be it's just a rule of thumb. You just don't walk up to people and try to record them while they're eating. So during that time, I saw that she was eating, and then also kind of with the flow of the event, I didn't want to make so much noise where I was being a distraction. So I was kind of wrestling with some of those things. And then finally, the mayor, she gets up and she's getting ready to leave. She has her things, and then I'm kind of like, wait, before you go, like, can I get some content for you, like for the social media page? And I realized the lady had like things in her hands, and she's like, okay, well, do I put my things down? Like, she didn't know what to do, and she was kind of looking at me like, I'm ready to go, and you're stopping me from getting out of here. So again, just remembering to have conversation with people, getting them to warm up. Like, when you're doing things like this behind the camera, it is more than just, okay, I'm handing somebody a microphone and I'm asking them questions. It is, you have to learn how to engage and make people feel comfortable in order to actually want to record, and just not just coming off so strong. And because I am a very like, I go into tunnel vision, sometimes I can forget the social skills that come along with what is being asked of me. Just making sure that how I engage with people so that I can get the content. Like having genuine conversations with people. I've heard like so many stories of like the women that actually learned about the EmpowerHer celebration just through Eventbrite. Right? And some of these moms, they did not want to record. So it was so disappointing because they had some great stories on how they were introduced to the event, and now their daughter is about to take a girls empowerment course. So it's really good on funneling and all of the things connected to business. So that was definitely one thing I would have done a little differently, which I think in the beginning I really was great at, hey, you mind if I, record you? But just again, like going around the event, making sure that I'm talking to people, getting them to get comfortable with me just a little, not like we have to be best friends, but comfortable with me just enough so that when I do start going around and recording, asking interview questions, doing things like that, it doesn't feel so awkward and uncomfortable. So that was something I definitely could have done differently. Again, I wanted to do outfit checks, just kind of, especially the girls, kind of like, hey, tell me who you're wearing, all the things, kind of making it very like red carpet style. Again, there's so much stuff going on. I was trying to be a mom at the same time. But overall, great experience, great reminder of how important it is to reach back. Loved hearing the stories of the moms, loved hearing the stories of the girls and what they learned from the Girls Empowerment course. Just an amazing experience. And also it was just kind of like it geared me back into going into my goals that I have for my business. I have a lot of things that are going to be launched in the year 2025, and I am 7 months pregnant, and I have to be realistic. 3 to 4 of those 12 months, I'm not going to be able to sit down and go ham and work on these projects. So utilizing the energy that I do have, those other things, and also just completing the other tasks that I have started for other clients. Just the entire event just got me excited, right? And I love the social media aspect. I love the, the covering and doing the interviews. Like, that part was so fun to me, but it was very, very new. So yeah, that's like my download on the things I would have done differently and tools that I would have utilized in order for it to be kind of like a chef's kiss. All in all, I feel like the most important thing is surrounding yourself around people who see your talents and who will say, hey, like, I might not be paying you, but you can come to this event for free if you just do some social media stuff. Mompreneur shoot. Hey, like, you might not have the money to afford the type of photo shoot that you would like, right? But you can utilize your other gifts and your talents to get you in the room. So that is my wrap up and my download on the amazing experience that I had this weekend. And now it's back to the everyday regular stuff. Right? So I'm actually recording this video a few minutes before I'm about to leave out to go pick my kids up from school, and that is like an 1.5-hour process. So just making time for the things that are important to you, scheduling yourself in a way where you can balance it all. Today is Monday for me, so on Monday is like a very lazy day for me. I don't typically do too much. The most important thing for me on Mondays is laundry. I'll see y'all later. Bye.